G'day, today we're going to answer the age-old question, what is the opposite of nouns? You know, nouns! Not nouns, the women that dedicate their lives to religious faiths. I mean nouns, naming words. And if you stay to the end of the video, I might even do the opposite of your name. So what am I talking about? What is the opposite of random nouns? I'll give you an example. Let's break it down. Yo, what's up? No. So the opposite of ran is walked, but the opposite of dom is sub. Don't ask me how I know that. And the opposite of now in nouns is then. And the opposite of ns in nouns is of course one singular n. Opposite of random nouns is of course walked sub then one n. Next! What is the opposite of adventure? Let's break it down. The opposite of add is subtract. The opposite of vent is suck. The opposite of cheer in adventure is of course stand. So the opposite of adventure is of course subtract suck stand. Just like this vacuum cleaner. Next! What is the opposite of documentary? I'll tell you. The opposite of a doc is someone who kills. A killer. The opposite of you is me. The opposite of meant is didn't mean. And the opposite of airy in documentary is of course stuffy. So therefore the opposite of documentary is killer me didn't mean stuffy. That's me, I'm the killer. That's me because I'm holding a knife. So it's killer me because, you know, the opposite. Next! What is the opposite of harmonica? Let's break it down. The opposite of harm is don't hurt. And who is Monica? The friend of Joey, Chandler, Ross, and Phoebe. So the opposite of harmonica is don't hurt the friend of Joey, Chandler, Ross, and Phoebe. Next! What is the opposite of supermarket? Let's break it down. So the opposite of soup is solid food. The opposite of is no mistakes. And the opposite of mark it is, of course, don't draw on anything. Haha. See? Didn't draw on anything. Next! So I need to put some more ink in my pen. I hope you enjoy this part of the show. It's a fantastic show. Maybe we can turn this one into a short that gets billions of views just from the, you know, ASMR experience.
Of me attempting to put ink in this pen from the wrong way around, which is always fun. You know, depends what you're doing.
Beautiful, delicious. Ooh! Smells like the back of the sun's eyelids. What is the opposite of mosquito? Looks like a rock, doesn't it? I hope so. The opposite of moss is bare, dry rock with no moss or moisture. And the opposite of keto is, of course, a high-carb diet. Get it? Keto? Because it's not ketogenic. It's a rock. It doesn't eat anything, but that's a delicious cupcake, and we should eat it. Delicious. Next! What is the opposite of a motorcycle? It is, of course, long grass stitch physical. Let me explain. The opposite of mow in motorcycle is, of course, long grass because you haven't mown. And the opposite of tore is stitch. Because if something is torn, then you stitch it back together, right? And the opposite of psyche is, of course, physical. Because the opposite of the psyche is the physical world. Totally. Makes perfect sense. Next! What is the opposite of university? It is, of course, my elbow isn't fighting big things. Let me explain. So the opposite of you is me. The opposite of knee in university is my elbow, of course. The opposite of verse is to not fight someone, you know, like you know, Simon versus this bad joke. Ding ding! And itty in university is like itty bitty teeny tiny. Right? So it's not, my elbow isn't big things, because the opposite of itty is big things. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, it's there if you look for it. Next! What is the opposite of ballerina? Let me tell you. It's cube tiny private space. Because the opposite of ball is cube. And the opposite of arena is a tiny private space. Because arena is a big public space. That's a reference to the Lord of the Rings. If you don't get it, you're not allowed to be in part of our club. I'm so sorry, but you have to leave. Otherwise, we'll set the Balrog on you. Oh no, wait, no, that's right. Gandalf killed him. We'll set Gollum on you. Oh no, he's also, yeah, spoilers. Yeah, he's also dead. We'll set Samwise on you. Next! What is the opposite of jellyfish? It is lard. Lard. It's not lard. That's gross. It wouldn't be lard. That's pig fat. Yeah. No. Got plenty of that. No, shush. Jellyfish. Okay. What is the opposite of jellyfish? It is hard land animal. Let me break it down. The opposite of jelly is hard, because jelly things are squishy and soft and delicious and yummy. Especially strawberry jelly, that's my favorite. And the opposite of fish is land animal. Therefore, armadillo. No, I'm not a dillo. No, I'm a little bit of a dillo. People say he's such a dillo, but I actually am a silly goose. Next! What is the opposite of buffalo? A buffalo? A weak goodbye! Because a buff-allo is like, you know, a greeting from a bodybuilder, because he's buff, you know, and he says hello. He's also got a buffed head, because it's shiny, because baldness is the bestness. And then the opposite of a buffalo would be a weak goodbye, or a not very shiny goodbye. Either way. Next! And now we get to do the opposite of your name. What is the opposite of your name? Derek. There's one person on the other end of this video whose name is Derek who's freaking out right now. Anyway, the opposite of yaw is don't rotate your plane. Because you know, like yaw, pitch, and roll? You know when you're flying a plane, you do the yaw, and then the pitch, and then the roll? No, that's the other way around. You do the I can't fly a plane. I did once though, in a training simulator on the internet. I crashed. It was terrible. And the opposite of neigh in name is the sound of a horse. Neigh! So that would be a silent horse. I'm pretty sure that horse would be screaming if he was on top of a jet. And it's a tiny jet. Or is it a giant horse? Who knows? And the opposite of meh at the end of name, because there's me just there, it would be you. You. So the opposite of your name is don't rotate your plane, silent horse, you. Nice. Thank you so much for breathing. That's been an absolute pleasure drawing this nonsense with you today. But unfortunately, we have run out of time.